My entries were fine, my analysis was solid, but I was still leaving a lot of profits on the table. And the problem was actually my exits. It was when I was deciding to take profits. And this one strategy that I implemented helped me take a lot of that profit that I was leaving on the table back into my account. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to implement it yourself into your trading. The problem most traders have is they know where to enter when they're taking a trade, but the problem comes from where they should be taking the profits. Like myself, what I was doing was I was taking profits either too early, too late, not really having much of a plan for profits because the focus is always on where do I enter? Where's my stop loss? And that's it. But the trade management part of trading is not discussed enough in the trading industry for people to actually understand what they should be doing. So what was my exit strategy? Basically, what I looked for is if my stop loss is 15%, my first scale out would be 15% as well. So if I'm entering a stock at $1 and my stop loss is around 85 cents, that's 15% loss. My profit target per se, or where I would take some profit off the table, is going to be at $1.15. Now, as the stock continues to move in my favor, I slowly scale out, take some profits off the table. Now, make sure you guys stay till the end of the video because I'm going to show you guys a live trade and break down exactly this method and how well it actually works when you start implementing it. Now, before you start thinking this, or you're probably already thinking this, well, I'm afraid of giving profits back. How do I get out of that fear? Well, this is exactly why scaling some profits off the table is going to help you stay in that trade longer. So let's get into this trade and I'll break down exactly where you should be scaling out and how it makes it easier for you to hold these trades for a longer period of time. So the trade I took was back in February on SPX. I only do 0 DTE. Now, the important part to keep in mind in these type of trades is going to be what your strike selection is, all right? Because this is going to make it easier for you to hold, right? Otherwise, this strategy is not going to work at all if you don't focus on that strike selection part. So our entry for this was right around the break of 69.60, right? Right around here. This is where the stock was around 69.60, and 69.50 puts at this time would be your at the money contracts for the put side, because those are the next strike after 69.55s and 69.50s. Those are your next two strikes, which will be at the money. Once the strike becomes in the money, the premiums do not lose value as aggressively as most other premiums would. For example, if I was to take the 69.20s on this pullback here, those premiums would take much more loss compared to the 69.30s versus 69.40s and 69.50s. So the closer you are to the price, the better the reaction you're gonna get from those premiums. So as you guys can see, this is my entry around $11. And my first scale out was roughly around 15 to 20%, which is around $12.80. The second scale out comes in around $15.80, and then the third scale out comes around $17. So by this time, the net return is roughly above 20 to 25%, right? So if your stop loss is anywhere between 15 to 20%, you've already achieved the 1R multiple. Now let's talk about the fear factor that a lot of people are concerned about, because if you're in a trade, it goes against you, you lose all the profits. I haven't been green for a very long time, so how do I overcome that? Well, that changes once your strike becomes in the money, right? Because now you're not going to lose value in your premiums as quickly as you would if it was far out of the money, right? So we locked in a lot of the profits. So let's rewind back on the trade here. So our entry was around $11. Our stop loss was around $9, giving us around roughly 15 to 20% of loss. So let's say we're entering at that break of 69.60 and our stop loss is roughly around 69.70, right? Very simple formula is going to be you take your stop loss, which is 69.70 here, and your entry was at 69.60. You take that stop, you increase it to where you entered, right? So you take that stop from where initially it was, and then you bring it down to where you entered. Now, let's just say the stock does pull back to that entry point. Now you've locked in 20%. The remainder of your position should only be at break even or slightly red. So let's say if it was $11, maybe it'll go down to 10.80, right? You're still going to walk away profitable on that trade. So it should make it much easier for you to continue holding that trade. So let's say your stop is right here, right? and your entry point is right around here, for example. Now, all you do is you take that stop and you bring it down to your entry point, break even. Very simple, right? Once that breaks down even lower, now this is going to be your new stop, which is 69.50, which is now your strike, which is in the money. Now, after this is what I call the comfortable zone. Now, when the price closes further away from your entry point and further into deep in the money, so in this case, this is closing into 69.40, now you are $10 in the money, right? Which means in order for you to be red, you would have to give up your initial entry point, which is our new stop loss, which obviously we're going to adjust now. But in order for you to be red, you need to give this away and then go even further down against you in order for you to give your profits away, right? As long as you're disciplined enough to follow these rules, you should be able to walk away on these trades very, very happy. So once we close under, your new stop is going to be your strike, which is the 69.50 here. And as we move further and further away, we take this stop from 69.50, we bring it down to the next level where we have that close, 69.40. Once we continue on the downside, again, close below the next one, let's say 69.30s, we increase our stop there, then we increase it to 69.20s, so on and so on and so on and so on. As it continues to move in your favor, you should by this time be more comfortable holding because you've already locked in those profits, right? You're already 1-to-1 R ratio and you're increasing the stop loss. Now, as you're increasing the stop loss to a new level, your net profit is slowly growing. Now, I like to scale out as premiums are increasing in value. So going back to this, you guys can see right here, premiums are at $20, then at $24. As I see another very aggressive move, I scale out a little bit more at $30.40. Keep in mind, we entered at $11. As it flushes down another key level more aggressively where volume comes in and we have a very aggressive drop, this is where usually premiums spike. So I usually like to take 1 to 2 contracts off. So you guys can see here, I take another 5 contracts and then I wait because now it's just a clean continuation on the downside. And then I take 2 contracts here at $74, which means the $11 contracts, right? Every $1,100 that you risked, you are making $7,400 a return. So you take that $1,100, roughly $6,400, $6,200, somewhere around there, right? So for 2 contracts, right, $2,200, we made roughly $14,000, right? Continuing here, now the premiums are at 75. I actually closed this a little bit earlier because buyers started to get a little bit aggressive here, even though we pushed a little bit down and then that bounce came in. I wanted to just lock it in and be over with it because I had a very good return on this, roughly 160% return, which is the net, obviously, because we're slowly scaling some profits off. If it was holding the full position, you know, this would be a crazy trade, but I'm just not a fan of that yet because the market is very inconsistent with continuations. So I like to lock in some profits and then get less aggressive as price moves further away from my entry point. Now, this method I think is one of the best methods in order to learn how to hold your winning trades for a longer period of time. You just gotta learn how to manage, and once the strike becomes in the money and your 1-to-1 R ratio is balanced, just focus on the price action. Let the trade continue in the direction that it's going, hopefully in your favor. All right, guys, hopefully this video helped you guys understand how to hold your winning trades long so you have smaller losses, and when a trade is working out, you have larger wins. Comment below what other topics I should cover, and I'll see you guys in the next video.